Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up today on The Young and the Restless, Harrison wants his parents to hug Diane, prods Jack about redecorating, and Victor admits to his agenda, all products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At Society, Jack and Diane greet Claire and Victoria that go over the ordeal with Jordan and Ian Ward. Claire is just glad her grandfather is Oak. Jack's glad too, though it gave him an opportunity to imagine a world without Victor in it. Victoria chastises Jack for saying such a thing. Diane explains they haven't forgotten Victor turned their son against them and has also directed his veto at Billy, including yanking the rug out from under him at Chancellor. Victoria says that was Jill's doing. Jack understands Victoria's need to defend her father, but he's sure the day will come when she can't defend the indefensible. How will she feel when he starts to manage and manipulate Claire's life? Jack advises CLA to keep her guard up where Victor's concerned. Diane says they know he's unhappy she's involved with Kyle. No one knows what that is like better than her mother. They walk off and CLA asks Victoria about her grandfather coming between her and someone she cared about. Victoria sighs and says she'll have to tell her about her dad having her arrested on her wedding day at the ranch. Victor denies to Nick that he was trying to push Summer to get back together with Kyle. If they're spending time together as a family, why would he discourage that? They agree they want Summer to be happy, but Nick guesses he's hoping that if Summer and Kyle get closer, it will drive a wedge between him and CLA. Victor admits it. He's learned things about him that have confirmed his worst fears. He's an abbot. Nick sighs. So this is about Jack? He can't understand why Kyle isn't good enough for Claire. Victor says he isn't. Nick asks, then why on earth is he good enough for Summer? Victor argues that's different. There's a child involved. That's a commitment for life, and they're deeply connected. He told Chelsea and Adam the same thing. Nick guesses he's trying to impose his will on them too. Victor denies it. End of story. He's made no secret of his intention and will protect his family at all costs. Nick notes he took a bullet for them, so he can't argue that, but it always has to be on his terms, that he knows what's best for them. Victor snaps that he's old-fashioned and believes children's parents belong together. Nick argues he doesn't feel that way about Victoria and Billy, nor does he want him back with Sharon or Phyllis. Victor snorts that he wouldn't listen to him anyway. Nick loves him, but this is Summer's life. Victor would be all for it if she got back with Kyle, but Claire is an innocent girl he doesn't want her to fall in love with. That avid idiot. Not going to happen. Summer arrives at the Avat mansion, where Harrison enthuses that this is going to be the best night ever. He's thrilled that his parents have agreed to another family night, just like Halloween. Maybe you'll even hub again. Summer and Kyle exchange an awkward glance. The boy explains it made him very happy. Summer delicately reminds him they're not together anymore. Cads, they're not getting back together. Harrison knows that, but he misses that. Kyle assures him they're still a family. Summer hates that he felt for even a second that they weren't. They hug over pizza. Summer, Kyle, and Harrison work on the Abbott dining room diorama. Harrison has made cardboard family members, and JX has a big head because he's the head of the family. Summer thinks his diorama will be the best in the class. All Harrison cares about is them being together again, with no more fighting at Nate's place. He asks Amy if she's up for this. She says it doesn't matter. Her son will be here any minute. Nate wants to know why he had an employee pretend to be him. Amy worries he's involved in something illegal. Nate reminds her they have no proof he's done anything wrong. Let's focus on the task at hand. Amy hopes Damian will listen to all she's got to say. A knock comes at the door. Nate says they're about to find out. Amy nods and he walks over and opens the door. Amy stares at her son. Damian walks inside. Amy makes a move toward him, but Damian flinches and backs up. She says it's good to see him, it's been too long. Top turns to Nate and Amy says she asked him to find him so they could talk. Damian reminds her he cut all ties with her in his past. With no intentions of looking back, he backs up. When she approaches him again, Damian says he's happy with his life and suggests she find a way to be happy with hers. Amy blurts that she doesn't have much life left. Damian, I'm sick, I'm dying. Damian wants to know if this is another trick. Nate's indignant and assures him it's not another manipulation. Amy says, I have leukemia, son. She may have a few months left if she's lucky. Damian says, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting this. It brings him back to when they lost his dad. He hasn't thought about that in a while. It's all a blur. He didn't come to take a stroll down memory lane, and tells his mother thanks for the heads up. He moves to leave. Nate stops him and reminds him the woman gave birth to him. Amy says there's more. She wants him to have the whole truth before she leaves this world. Jackson was a wonderful man, but he wasn't your biological father. Damian, stunned, asks what at society. Jack tells Diane he regrets talking to Claire about Victor. Diane points out she's the one who told her he doesn't want her with Kyle. Jack wants to change the subject. Diane suggests they switch to a topic closer to home. Jack says if she means redecorating the house, he may need a couple more drinks across the room. Victoria tells CLA she was madly in love with Billy and her dad wanted to stop them from getting married. They got married anyway, but afterwards she got arrested for bribing a foreign dignitary. Of course, I wasn't guilty. She and Billy managed to say their idos, but afterward she was taken away in handcuffs. Claire notes that until recently, he also wasn't happy about her mother seeing Cole. Victoria doesn't want to rehash all the times he interfered in her life. If Claire wants a life with Kyle, so be it. Claire admits she wants to be with him all the time. Victoria loves seeing her happy and full of romance. Claire's face falls. Victoria asks, what's wrong? Are you afraid Kyle doesn't feel the same way? Claire tells Victoria that her grandfather made a remark about Kyle and Summer sharing a decades-long connection. They also share a son. Victoria says they're divorced and have moved on. Claire can't help but worry. She admits Kyle cancel on her tonight to spend time with Summer helping Harrison on a school project. Victoria thinks it means Kyle's a good father. Claire says Grandpa thinks he's going to break my heart. Victoria suggests she listen to her heart and not her grandfather at the Abbott mansion. Harrison, Kyle, and Summer happily work together to create the Abbott family. Diorama. Kyle and Summer smile across the table at each other at Nate's place. Amy implores Damian to believe what she's telling him. Damon argues that Jackson would have told him. Amy says he didn't know either. Damon fumes that maybe they chose affecting her brain. She's not thinking clearly. He starts hollering and Nate intervenes. Damon says it was a mistake coming there and seeing her. This isn't real. Amy cries that he walked in her and wouldn't look at her because he knew she heard him and he heard her, but he knows she's telling him the truth. Damon asks why she's telling him now. Amy doesn't want him to be alone when she's gone. You have family. Damon asks if she plans to connect him to this real father. Amy says he's passed too. His name was Nathan Hastings. Damian frowns. Wait. Hastings. He looks at Nate. Amy cries. Nate is your half-brother. Damian explodes. Is this some kind of scam? You're sick. And this guy comes to you with this big lie to take advantage of you. Nate says he was just as suspicious as he was and calls him bro. Damon tells him not to call him that and asks his mother why she's ambushing him with this. Amy cries that she doesn't have much time, and this good man is your half-brother. Damon informs them that they don't have to worry about him. He has a great life and doesn't need family messing it up. Nate informs him they know about Monte Cristo investments and that he runs the whole show. Damon shrugs. I do all right. Amy would like to know more about it. Nate says they both would like how you're able to do so well in such a short amount of time. At the ranch, Nick tells his father that Claire may be the one to break Kyle's heart, or maybe they'll beat the odds and make it together. They get to write their own story. Victor protests that Claire is doing so well at Chancellor climbing the corporate ladder. She doesn't want her wasting her time. This silly romance will lose her. He wants Claire to shine as brightly as summer. Has what's wrong with that? Victoria arrives and kisses Victor, she tells him. And Nick, she just have a heart-to-heart with Claire. She won't allow her father to scare her out of her relationship with Claire. Victor muses. I'll be damned. Oh really? Victoria won't let him to do of her daughter what he's tried to do to her so many times. Victor hollers that he won't apologize for